Suicide, currently one of the leading causes of death among teens and young adults. What causes it? What goes through people's minds when they contemplate suicide? How do they come about attempting suicide? And of course, how can it be prevented? Good evening. My name is David Kwok along with my colleagues Chelsea, Olivia, and Christina. Join us as we take you on a tour inside the Lighthouse.
Suicide, by definition, is the act of intentionally killing oneself, and the rate of teen suicide in the country and around the world always changes. One year, it'll be up, and the next, it may go down. But overall, rates of teen suicide are slowly climbing.
Statistically, girls attempt suicide more than guys. However,
Guys are more successful in actually killing themselves because of the methods they use, but more on that later on. Then comes the obvious question: why would anyone want to kill themselves in the first place?
Well, think about it from a personal level. Have you ever wanted life to be over? Have you ever been in a situation where death might have seemed like the only choice? Many individuals do not actually want to die, just to find a way to end their pain and suffering. Here are some common causes of stress and consequently suicide in teens.
Rising rates of divorce of parents.
we all know that in America, divorces are becoming more common and more acceptable. Previously, many generations of families lived together. Today, however, families are becoming separated.
Pressure in school, grades, and success in the future. Lowellites, this is for you. Olivia, come over here. I need to talk to you. We got your report card today. Look at this. You're not allowed to see that guy anymore until you improve this. End of discussion. Increasing use of drugs and alcohol.
Oh, come on now. We don't need to go over this. Substance abuse makes your ability to judge a situation very poorly. Now, let's continue.
So far, we've been focusing mainly on teen suicide, but let's take a quick break from that and look at suicide on a global scale. Most major world religions and ethical systems believe that suicide is just another form of murder, while some cultures believe in honor suicide, especially the older Japanese cultures, which explain their kamikaze warfare, in which Japanese pilots, mainly during World War II, rammed old jets, like this one, into Allied warships. Although the pilot would be killed, his name would be honored in his country as one who sacrificed himself for the good of the empire. And don't forget about 9/11 extremists who sacrificed themselves to make their point in America. Now, let's get back on track.
Glamorization of suicide by the media.
Have you ever heard of the popular band My Chemical Romance? You may have recognized the theme music we played in the introduction. It was a song called Welcome to the Black Parade. We only played a short part of it because of time limits, but we would like to point out a few highlights of the lyrics. The artist points out that even though you're gone, we'll carry on. A world that sends you reeling from decimated dreams. So paint it black and take it back. These lyrics are obvious signs that death is perhaps something to end all misery, and something that is very acceptable in society.
And lastly, the topic that is most common among females. But since I'm not one, let's turn this over to our drama crew, once again, as they show us a common situation.
Jason, I need to go to track practice.
Don't go.
But I already skipped a lot of practice.
Doesn't matter, Olivia. Just stay with me.
But I really like track and I don't want to be kicked out.
Your coach won't notice. Just one more time.
Well, it is just one more time. Okay, I'll stay, but just one more time. Next time I'm going to practice.
Okay.
Hey, Olivia.
Oh, hey, Chelsea, what's up?
You know, you just gave a lot of practice, haven't you?
Yeah, I have, but like, I just really can't leave my boyfriend when he tells me, like, stay.
We had to leave one or another, and the team decided to kick you out of the team. Because competition is coming up real soon, and I can't.
But Chelsea.
I'm sorry. We already decided, and
But-
I need to go back to practice.
Chelsea.
I need to go. I'm sorry.
You know, can you just say Facebook.com. Oh, a message.
Ew, I want to see what the message is. Wait, what's this? Olivia, I am sorry, but I met this other girl, and I think I fell in love with your best friend. I want to break up with you. No way! That's insane. I'm sure there's some other meaning to this.
So, as we can see, the main reason for suicide break down into 3 categories: depression, stress, and low self-esteem. Now that we know this, what are some ways that teens try to kill themselves?
As we have mentioned before, guys are the most successful at suicide because they use firearms. Other popular ways include ingesting poisons such as cyanide pills, cutting oneself, and bleeding to death. Or, of course, the infamous jumping off the bridge. There are many ways that people try to kill themselves, but most of them do not succeed, either because they are ignorant about effects of their method or they chicken out at the last second. We here at Life Files hope you'll never have to face this decision of which method to use, so we will not spend too much time on it. Instead, we want to focus on suicide prevention, which is the main goal of tonight's broadcast.
So, let's start from the beginning and take this problem step by step, asking ourselves important questions on the way. Now, take note that if any of these questions are answered and have come to a solution, the whole problem of suicide ends. Question 1.
What is the problem I'm facing right now? Well, we've already covered this in our first topic. Whatever these problems may be.
What are the options to solving this problem? What will be the outcomes and consequences for each potential solution? These questions are perhaps the most important in taking down the possibility of suicide. Once you have a clear solution, there shouldn't be much problem after that. But unfortunately, many teens develop a suicidal mindset, feeling that suicide is the only solution to the problem of life. And we continue with our questioning.
Do I really want to die? Is this problem truly worth more than life itself? If your answer to these questions are yes, and you're beginning to actively plan suicide, it is time for professional help. The people who are most valuable to you at this point are friends, family, parents, counselors, and of course, the suicide hotline. 1-800-SUICIDE. Again, that is 1-800-SUICIDE.
And this topic doesn't apply only to those who are in danger of suicide, it applies to peers as well. If you see signs that someone you know is becoming suicidal, such as change in eating or sleeping habits, isolation, rebellion, use of alcohol or drugs, loss of interest, or similar disorders, talk to them or refer them to an adult. That is all the time we have for tonight. We hope you have learned a lot from our presentation, and we hope to see you again on The Life Files. And remember, the temporary problems you face in life do not need a permanent response. Good night, everybody.
Oh my god! How
Olivia!
is she gone?
She gone? Her false?
Your balls! Let's do this! They're still around! I'm ticklish!